So we're gonna switch gears because we can talk pageants all day long. But as you said, there's more to you than that. So tell us about your career. I'm fascinated, so I always like to hear about.
I'm like, really? Oh man, I feel like that's one of the least interesting things. Well, no, I take that back. It can be interesting, especially if you don't live it day to day. But so I work for a disaster relief organization. It's veteran led, called Team Rubicon. And no, it has nothing to do with Jeeps. Team Rubicon is a an organization that helps people on their worst day, basically. We help communities prepare for, recover from, both before, during, and after disasters. And before that, I used to work for the American Red Cross in disaster services. So it was kind of like a natural fit to move to another organization doing disaster relief. I love what I do, especially my job is to coordinate the volunteers. So the state of Florida, I had the whole state, but now thankfully I only have half the state. So North Florida, anything from like Orlando and up is my area. And so I basically work with our groups of volunteers to make sure that we can execute our mission throughout North Florida. And so when something happens, I go to our state emergency operations center, and I'm there to help coordinate our response, in the wherever something happened.
It's amazing.
It's I'm an adrenaline junkie, not for like roller coasters and stuff, because I don't want to pay anyone to scare me, but because I have anxiety, I need to know what's going on. And so it's the perfect thing for me because I'm like, okay, I can be in the room where the decisions are being made. I know what's happening. I know how to, because I know how to plan for something when I know what's going on. If I don't know what's going on, then the anxiety is up here. So it's a perfect fit for me because I'm like, okay, I can see what's happening and see where the planning's happening and what we're doing. And yeah,
It makes perfect sense.
yes, but
I
I
don't know if
love
you
it.
can hear that. That was
Yeah,
Pippi.
I do love what I do. It's very stressful at times. Like last year, we had, oh my gosh, it was back to back storms. I think we had three in Florida yesterday. We had three in Florida last year, um, and it kept hitting the same area. And I was like, oh my gosh, those poor people. Because my family, we were hit by Hurricane Michael in 2018, and it's being a Floridian, growing up here, like hurricanes, whatever, it's part of life. But when you're hit by something that big, like a Cat 5, which is horrible, it changes you. Doesn't matter if you work in the disaster field or not. It really does change you, and you do have PTSD. And every time there's a storm, it's kind of like, oh my god. And then I empathize because I'm like, I know what those people are about to go through, and it sucks. But I also get to be in the room and hear all the stories of how help is getting to them. So again, my anxiety is calmed it because I know, okay, it's going to suck, but these people have been notified. They know how to go to the shelters. We've got water rescues happening, or we have, like I can see the big picture. And so while it's scary and it does suck because there's always loss of life, during a really bad storm, I know that all the good things are happening at the same time. So that helps me.
That's really cool. I'm always fascinated. I always text you when there's a hurricane. I'm like, are you involved?
Because the storms, the way they usually go, if Florida's not gonna be hit, it's on standby to make sure we're not gonna be hit. Like, is it going somewhere up the coast or is it gonna go through the Gulf? Either way, Florida's watching it. So probably I'm involved at least at this level, if nothing else. So yeah, but I enjoy what I do and I enjoy the people that I work with. Um, I work with mostly men, but there are a few women in my crew, and just a bunch of good people. Like you can't do the job that I do if you don't have a heart for service and you don't have a heart for people, wanting to help people. And because it's a veteran led organization, I work with a lot of former military. So like my boss is a former Marine. His boss is a, I want to say he's, oh, I hope he doesn't watch this. I want to say he's a former Marine. That guy rarely smiles. It's hard to read him, but I got him to smile because I'm me and I'm wacky and I'm weird. But it's so funny because I'm like a unicorn around all these very. I told my boss, I was like, when I first interviewed with you, I was like, I didn't know if I wanted this job because he's scary looking. Like he looks like he's ex-military. He's got the beard, his face, and I was like, you look so mean. He is the nicest person. Like almost to the point where I was like, do you want me to say it to him because you're just too nice? Like,
Oh,
and so yeah, it's just fun working with so many different personalities, and I think I bring a dynamic that they're not used to. They're like, what do we do with her? Because she's not like us. But
but that's a good thing.
yeah, exactly. Like they don't make me feel bad about it. We love to laugh about it because I'm the unicorn amongst the horses. Like, what are you guys doing over here?
I like that description.
Yeah. Yep. So I have fun with it.
And that's important, having fun. We work to live, we don't live to work. And I think that it's important to have that balance. Um, so then you started a nonprofit, which I'm very excited about. And why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about why you started it and what you're doing with it?
So last year I started the Humankind Project, and it's because, right now we're living in this world that's so disconnected in person, but online. Well, we're more connected than ever online, but we're more disconnected in person. And there's this growing social divide, and there's all this political polarization. And as a parent, it's hard to watch your kids grow up in this era when I can remember growing up and we actually played outside and we had friends that we would communicate with verbally, and we would, those life experiences that we had growing up that taught us communication skills, that taught us, you know, basically how to just go through life, that made you who you are. They're missing out on so much of that. And that, with, I worry about everything. I worry about the world. So I was like, what can I do? It seems overwhelming. So I joined the United Nations Association of the USA. And that's where I learned about the global goals, which is everything from, like gender equality to climate action. So all the goals to basically world peace. And I took that and I simplified it down to, well, at the end of the day, it's really all about kindness to ourselves, each other, and the planet. Those are the three keys to world peace, everybody. That's it. That's all we need. And so I
World
was like,
peace.
okay, yes, world peace. And so I was like, okay, if we're kind to ourselves, each other, and the planet, then all the other stuff, like that's the basics. All the other stuff, we'll get there. And so that was the basis of the Humankind Project, because we seem to have lost that, just the humanity and and seeing each other as individuals and connection and communities. So I wanted to do something about it, created the Humankind Project with those three pillars. And my first event was a beach cleanup here because it's not about doing everything. Like I wish I could solve the world's problems. I wish like I had a magic wand and could just like, world peace. But it's not doing everything, it's everyone doing something. So this is me trying to make the world, my little corner of the world, a better place. And so did a beach cleanup, did a back to school drive, helping kids get some supplies that otherwise wouldn't have had any. And then we have coming up, I'm going to be celebrating the first Humankind Week here in Florida. Yes, I'm so excited. So we're going to start off with Self Care Sunday. Then we're going to do a Veterans Day thing. World Kindness Day is that week. And then do like an environmental kindness activity as well. So all the pillars in that one week. I'm excited.
I'm excited. That's
Yes.
awesome.
I'm looking forward to that.
I am too now. I'm excited. I'm over here like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
stalking it.